Hello, you beautiful bitches. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for clicking this video. I do appreciate you. That's your girl Tira, and over here I talk about my life. I do some reaction content, some drama content, and I also play with nails a lot. Whatever brought you here, I'm certainly glad to have you. So I just need you to sit back, relax, and let's get into this video. Hi guys. I have a brother-in-law who's home, and my mother-in-law is in her bedroom, and I think she's watching a sports game. I've never heard her in there woohooing to nothing in her life, but today is Sunday, and it's like football Sunday probably, and I think she might be watching the fucking Bears play. Crazier fucking things have happened. I look crazy. The only thing I did for myself today was shower, and all I did was put on a new nightgown. And I only changed my nightgown because it's no longer 95 degrees outside. It is, in fact, like 80, so I had to put clothes on. I had my little spaghetti strap thing on.
Here's the thing. When it's 100 degrees in this house, I don't give a fuck what I'm wearing. You better be glad I have fucking clothes on, even with your brothers here. I mean that shit because I do not like to be fucking hot and sweat and shit. I can't do it. But even me, right, like myself, nobody has to tell me nothing. When it's not so hot, I'm going to make sure I put clothes on myself, you know what I'm saying? Because it's very form-fitting, and it's spaghetti strap, and it's kind of short, and, you know. I wore it to wear with Pookie overnight sometimes, you know, like a sexy little thing, you know, but, yeah, it has turned into my jammies sometimes because it's so hot in this fucking house. Anyways.
I honestly don't even know what I'm doing here. I don't know how I made it here, but I'm here. Because I just posted, probably a half hour ago. It's 7:15. I don't know what time I posted it. But anyway. I'm like, yeah, can't leave the fucking dark living room. I just want to sit in here and watch nail content, and I just want to pretend like nothing is happening. But then my girl texts me randomly. Just a random ass fucking text. My mother-in-law is crazy. If you could hear that, just know this is a first for me too. I'm enjoying this right along with you.
Forgive my nails. We have a good peel-off base that I just bought, and for some reason this one is hanging on for dear life, and I'm not pulling at it. I will file it off, and the rest of them are looking crusty and dusty, and I just don't care.
Look at me. I'm gonna be so mad I made this fucking video like this. I know it already. So let me set this up for everybody, okay? I don't know how to start this. I don't know the proper way to do any of these things. But I'm out of the dark living room, and I'm sitting here, and I'm going to film this for you. And I want to say shout out to my homegirl who decided to just randomly text me today. And for some reason, after texting back and forth a few times, I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to go film this fucking video. There are roughly 38 to 47 people who have recently called me racist. There is a very active, very hardworking anti-tyrannical community. I've had an anti-tyrannical community for a very long time, okay? But, like, it has, you know, changed ownership and LLC and, you know, all the things, okay? And in that particular anti-tyrannical community, there's roughly 20 people, okay? And then there are women online who have been around me for the last 5 years, and they've just not liked me, and for a very long time I've not liked them, and they enjoy talking shit about me, you know? Most of which I don't see. I don't know who likes me, who doesn't like me. I have no clue. Like, if I went into a stream amongst my peers, I wouldn't even know who would say hello to me. Okay, that's how much I don't care about any of the women in this corner of the YouTube streets. But they exist. So I'm going to say 38 to 47 fucking people are offended by my most recent video. In my most recent video, I was telling you, as part of my story, that my stepfather used racial slurs to make me feel less than, make me feel inadequate, make me feel like I wasn't good enough, I don't know, part of the family. Like, I don't know how it made me feel, to be quite honest. Thank God I don't remember. I know it infuriated me because of the derogatory or negativeness of the words, you know, and I, for some reason, I guess felt it necessary to tell you guys exactly, you know, like what he would do without giving an entire list of the evil shit this dude would do to me as a child, right? Apparently, him using those racial slurs, you know, stuck out to me, and that's something that I chose to share with you. Is, you know, here's an example of like what I dealt with. The next day, early in the day, the leader of the anti-tyrannical community, you know, was right on it. You know, his minions watched my video, they clipped it, I'm sure, and was like, oh my God, here's Tyra, and she's using racial slurs, she's a racist. And he even tagged me in it, you know, he tagged me in it. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know, I see what's going on. That's crazy. Of course you guys would say that about the video. But, like, you know, who are you? Whatever, moving on. And I moved on with my day. And I was getting ready for my Jessica Kent live stream. And I was going to go on YouTube and, you know, make sure I shared it and had everyone ready. It was about that time, you know. And my friend, our friend, Terry Lynn, left this comment. Thread. I thought it was important to leave it all in there for context, and then I'm going to show you this as well. This is the comment that was left somewhere by Terry Lynn, by someone whom I'm not going to mention because they have friends in this space who are creators with a panel. If you have something to say about me, girl, take it to a channel. Why would I give you my space? Oh no, I almost gave that girl my space too. There was a reason that this person could not get on StreamYard, okay? I'm telling you, it was the YouTube gods. And that live stream is on members only because I am embarrassed of it. I can do whatever I want to on my channel. Is it a new thing to, if you are embarrassed by what you say publicly, you are going to put it behind a paywall? Absolutely. That's going to be the thing over here. I have not been embarrassed of a video in years. I'm embarrassed of that live stream. Extremely reactionary, extremely just didn't need to be done at all. But it happened, and it is, you know, for members only. But that's the reason I'm doing this video. I want everybody to understand, like, what I've been dealing with in the last couple days, because I have so many supporters who literally just watch videos. And they have no idea what's going on, and they probably didn't make it to that live stream and all the things. To hold my friend accountable for the words that I had told you this man had said about me. And cause and effect, it made Terry Lynn come over by me and leave the comment of, can you edit this out, and I don't condone racism. The good thing is, and I'm being honest here, the good thing is I didn't see Terry Lynn's community post or what this person had commented to her before I did the live stream. I know I would have bugged up. I know I would have bugged up. The YouTube gods saved me that night, my ass a little bit, okay? But I see this comment, and I'm like, oh no, we're not talking about Jessica Kent. We are going to talk about this comment that Terry Lynn left under my motherfucking video. I couldn't believe the audacity of my friends calling me out for something as important and as big and all the things as racism when she knows how to contact me privately. And I didn't pick up the phone. I didn't call her, okay, and talk to her privately when she made this comment. No, I wanted to do a public live stream first mistake. Because now I'm going to give life to a narrative that has been spun, and I haven't given life to a narrative in years. I rarely ever address anything any of these motherfuckers ever got to say. You know what I'm saying? In video form, for sure. Let alone a whole fucking live stream. It's a drama stream. That's all it is. It's a drama stream. So, my friend didn't call me and say, hey, this fucking chick is over here talking all this bullshit. You gotta check this out. I would have done a short. I would have addressed it, and I would have moved on with life. No, I got a comment, a public comment that had like 20 fucking likes, okay? And I'm just like, oh, motherfuckers, no, she's commenting this. How are people even over here seeing this comment? Like, what is happening? And I did. I reacted, and I reacted badly. I was very reactionary. I think I only had an hour to even cool off, because believe it or not, it was cooled off before I did this stream. And again, I didn't take any time in that hour to call my friend and be like, what is happening? Why did you do this publicly? And also, I had no idea that Terry Lynn was in the chat. I did not see Terry Lynn one time in the chat. And I didn't know that she wanted the link to come up. Would I have let her up? I like to think I would have let her up. But trust and believe, I didn't want to talk to her. Oh no. Oh no. Tira was mad, and I didn't want to talk to her. She calls me after the live stream, and I ignore it. Declining, letting it ring. She's trying to get a hold of me because she heard the things that were said in this live stream. And I felt betrayed. I felt slighted. I felt picked on by my friend. And more than anything, haters were causing her to make her think she has to call me out for racism. What? The audacity. And that's how I felt, you know, that's how I felt in those moments. Like, man, why would Terry Lynn do this to me? None of my friends have even texted me and said, Tira, this is being said over here, and oh my God, there's an uproar. And, you know, people who matter, people who are not part of a Tira hate train, let's be for real. Because we're talking about people who are part of the Tira hate train. Whether you're part of the anti-Tira community actively or not, that doesn't mean you're not part of the Tira hate train. You live for this shit. There are 38 to 47 people who live to talk shit about Tira. It's fucking weird, man. And I totally would have been like, yeah, I'm real sorry you're getting this criticism. How dare they, you know, say that you're responsible for anything that comes out of my mouth. But unfortunately, Terry Lynn, it's not the first time. You're not the first person that they've said this to, you know, and all the things. Like, it's almost the same women recycling the same things that they did 5 years ago to all my friends that I had then. There are quite a few friends that have bowed out from being my friend. A lot of times unbeknownst to me until I see them talking shit about me. And then I'm, you know, there's some victim of mine and I've done something to hurt them. And it's like, dude, I didn't even know you were fucking mad at me. What are you talking about? And there's friends like BTU and Curls and Brooke and Brandy, and who are just A1 day ones. And I'm sorry if I didn't say your name. And they've been around forever. They know that I'm trustworthy. They know I'm a good person. They know I'm all these things. And I can only assume that my friend, because I certainly didn't reach out to them, I can only assume that my friends, you know, did not think I'd care what any of them were saying. And they knew that, right? But Terry Lynn felt the pressure, and I get that. And that's not fair. That's mean. That's mean girl behavior. That's all that is. It's mean girl behavior. How are you going at Terry Lynn for something Tira said in a video about her life? What is wrong with you? And this same girl apparently got timed out in my chat because she wanted me to say the N-word with the A. You ignorant motherfucker. How ignorant could you be? I am 45 years old. And if I am still using the N-word with an A like I did my whole entire fucking life, shame on me. Period. And that's how I feel about the N-word with the A today. So take that and run to some panel, whoever will have you, bitch. Stay the fuck from around me. My moderators know if you come through, you get blocked, motherfucker. Say the N-word, you fucking weirdo. And then over there blaming Terry Lynn for something I said. What is wrong with you people? Oh, the breeze coming in from that window feels so good. You guys have no fucking idea. And I'm just so happy because there's a fan in the window in the living room that I could be sitting in this dark living room. But I have to talk to you guys. We have to talk about it. So now I'm having a live stream and I'm talking about racism. I never in my life thought that I'd have to talk about racism ever again on my channel. And then, of course, brought up because once upon a time I tried to tell the story of my life in a journey of becoming a better human. I said, you know, as a teenager all through, you know, up until probably the age of 40, I used the N-word with the A with my peers, you know, and I didn't even grow up with black people. We didn't use it in a racist way at all. It's how we talked. It's just how I grew up, you know, and I was ridiculed. I was totally like, it's 5 years ago all over again. That's all it is. Except for this time I did use the terms. In the future, I will not use the terms. I will spell them out, you know, because if I think it's important to say what men have said to me in my past, right, I will spell it, you know. I also realize after having a private conversation with Terry Lynn that the way in which I said it could, to some, right, some people, whoever, weirdos, my opinion, fuck it, whatever, could have been taken like I was saying that. Okay. Anybody who listened to my video and thought that I was being malicious, if I was trying to hurt anybody of the Hispanic culture, I am extremely sorry. I am so sorry that I said those words out loud. And I am more sorry that I didn't specifically tell you guys what he would call me rather than just using those words, because it was a SPIC lover. It was a BEANER lover. You know what I'm saying? So I think that would have also changed a little bit of the tone of the video for people who may have been offended. No matter what I have said on social media in the past, I have never used a racial slur on YouTube. I've never used a homophobic slur on YouTube. I've never used a slur of any sort. I have slipped and said regard a couple times that I do regret, because I don't use that word in my real life and there's no reason to be using it on YouTube. But it's not like I sit on my platform. I don't call women cunts. No, I'll probably call you fat. Maybe I'll call you ugly. Maybe I'll call you both. Sometimes you're just both. Specifically clap back in that kind of way because I want to say something, but I'm not willing to call people terrible names. Okay, that's just the reality. I don't call people terrible things here on YouTube. I'm not sorry to anybody that I cussed at in my live stream, because I definitely did plenty of cussing and fuck yous. Not sorry to anybody except for my friend. I could have handled it a lot better. I would like to think that she realizes too she could have handled it differently, maybe not better, but differently, and it would have had a different effect. I also like to throw my conspiracies in the air. We all know how I am. And I really, truly thought that Terry Lynn must have been getting some type of DMs from some of these women that she has recently made peace with. And they must be telling her this, that, or the other. I had no idea that a random subscriber would go under something random of Terry Lynn's. Again, I didn't see her community post. So I did some conspiracizing. Is that the right word? Conspiracizing? And I absolutely assumed that Terry Lynn is making toxic friendships with people, which, you know, according to her, they wouldn't even consider her friends. And that is the problem here, people. Terry Lynn has made peace with a lot of people. People that don't deserve to be made peace with. Just saying, they don't, in my opinion. That's my opinion, right? Of allegedly my motherfucking conspiracy. Okay. So I know where I was interrupted with the damn doorbell. You didn't hear that part or any of the things, but I'm back. Okay, let's finish this video. It is not fair for me to put Terry Lynn in a category that Piggy Shells has made.
A lot of you are not going to know who Piggy Shells is, don't worry. It's not even important, but we had someone in the circle who really betrayed everybody's trust.
And I like to think that we're a very intimate, small group of friends, and we all keep our circles small, no matter who we mess with outside of our circles, you know. I think we all trust that one another are going to make good decisions as far as making friends. And I think over the last week, my conspiracy mind has allowed me to believe that Terry Lynn could really just be against me. And not even in some like big way where we're not real friends or, you know, something like that. But I really just believed that she had a lot of people in her ears. And that's what I get for assuming. I do that a lot. I cannot take another Piggy Shells for my friends. That shit shook me to the fucking core, okay? So I definitely don't want a Piggy Shells situation with my friend, Terry Lynn. I reacted poorly. And luckily for me, she did call me one more time. I'm sure she said, let me try one more time the day after. And we talked. And I'm really glad that I talked to her. And I just really regret my decision-making skills on the night of Friday, August, of 2025. And I couldn't be more sorry to my friend. It's only and always going to be the opinions of my friends and or supporters that ever mean anything to me. Racism would have never been addressed on my channel had it not been for Terry Lynn being bullied. Yeah, I said it. You know what you do. Into feeling as though she had to check my motherfucking ass over racism. I also need everybody to bear in mind that Terry Lynn is from Canada and they don't use the same lingo and stuff that we do here. She doesn't know a lot about racism either. A lot of white people are ignorant to racism, and I'm sorry. I don't want to have had experience any more racism in my life than I already have. I just don't. I don't. And that's just me being honest. That doesn't mean that that wish comes true. Me being a racist with Hispanic children, with a black boyfriend, with a black in-law family. All my friends are black. I think it's really important to say as I end this video that it's absolutely disgusting that a bunch of women decided to jump on this narrative and act offended. There are Hispanic women on this side of the YouTube streets. A lot of you know who they are. If they were so offended, why didn't they do a stream about it? If what I said offended people, Why did the other 385 people who watched that video not say a gosh damn word about them words being used in that context? No. Just 38 to 47. Some bitter bitches who love fucking drama. I'm not with the shits. I'm not playing these games with you people. I'm on YouTube to do bigger and better things. The way anybody made Terry Lynn feel for the words that came out of my mouth, my life story, shame on you. That was your first fucking stupid, false outrage ass bullshit that yous do. And then yous knew that Terry Lynn would come and say something to me because yous were calling her out for it. And I think everyone's paying attention to my videos just fine. I'm not doing very well mentally. Everyone knew I would react badly. And I did. Maybe in a couple more years I'll make another video like this and I'll have to apologize for offending people I never meant to offend. But you know, me, I like to take any negative and turn it into a positive. And I think I'm just going to add a chapter into this series of videos. For some reason, my stepdad was supposed to be a star, and I'm going to make him a star. I'm going to make him a star in the way that he should be made a star. He's not just a little piece of my story anymore that I'm going to be sharing with YouTube. He's going to have his own video. I said in my live stream, I think people are offended that I am telling the story of this man. Well, prepare to be truly fucking offended because I'm going to tell it all. I think what is truly happening here is there's a bunch of racist white people who are calling me racist because I told on a fellow racist. I talked about a white man who was being racist and being a bully to a child. I think they're offended that I had to, you know, tell that part of my story. But hey, who am I? I'm just a conspiracy theorist here on YouTube's, right? Like, who am I? But yeah, you know, let's take a negative and turn it into a positive. I am going to address a video. I'm going to react to a video that the leader of the anti-Tira movement that has become so big and popular. How did little old me get so fucking popular? That's what I really want to know. Like, I am the most boring fucking person I know, yet I am so fucking popular on YouTube, whether it's hate or love. Because I get way more love than I do hate. That's facts. And the love is all that matters, honey. So, like, let's be for real. The people supporting me through this garbage. Like, thank you for just saying something. Shout out to you. Because it's hard. It is real hard to stand up for what's right when the popular crowd is standing up for what's wrong. Nobody was offended by my video. Nobody. Nobody of the Hispanic heritage was offended by me saying what my racist white stepfather would say to me as a 13-year-old child. Except for the few who are offended, who are simply offended because I breathe the same fucking air. That's something you got to take up with God. God did not build me to give up. God has built me to be a fighter. And unfortunately, you guys just keep putting me up against things to fight for. I hate to admit it, but my haters are literally my biggest motivators. 5 years ago, when I came on YouTube and I was going to talk about makeup and I was going to talk about my life and my journey to becoming a better human, you know, just like going through the motions. That's all I was going to do here, honey. If you would have told me that I would have the hate community that I have right now, I would call you a lie. I'd be like, no way, dude. I'm going to be a better person. Like, how am I going to have haters? I have haters because I've told the truth about my life. And I'm not going to stop telling the truth about my life. And I'm not going to stop talking about things that I want to talk about. I'm not going to stop sharing my experiences. Let me explain something before I get off this motherfucker, because I really need to end this. Let's get it out, okay? When I lost custody of my child in 2016, I was forced by DCFS to do AA and NA, AA or NA meetings. I just happened to do both. And I was deemed a drug addict. I did have cocaine in my system when I was arrested, but it had been from days prior, and unfortunately that made me an addict with DCFS. Because I did everything and anything I was supposed to do, right? Like, I did the program and all the things. I happen to think that the program of AA specifically, because that is the program I worked. I went to AA and NA meetings, but I worked and had a sponsor in the program of AA. I think that it works. I think it works if you work it. I think a lot of the principles are exactly the way that you can get over any addiction, any affliction, any trauma, anything. You got to get like rid of the stuff. You have to make amends. You have to be better. You got to do better. And then like everything falls into place, you know? It's so much the same as getting off of drugs, getting around the bad people, you know what I'm saying? Getting from around the bad people. I am so proud of the person that I have become just in the last year here in Chicago, in the city of Chicago. Back home is where I became a way better person than I've ever been in my whole entire life. And a bunch of bitches online are going to, ruin my reputation. My reputation's ruined and people still adore me. And again, that's something you got to take up with God. I don't know what to tell you. My God loves him some Tira, honey. He really does. He tortures my soul, but he loves me, honey. And I am so sorry that I'm favored the way that I am, but there's nothing that any of you can do about the way my God has me favored. I'm going to do good. I'm going to do just fine. And I'm not going to address this cockamamie bullshit ever again. I don't care what anybody goes on to say. I don't care how many streams are done after this video. I don't care how many community posts I'm tagged in. I am not, will not, shall not deal with any of this anymore. This is it. Not I, said the fly. And you know what? I think that's a really good ending. Peace out, girls. Thanks again for coming. I hope you have a great day or night wherever it is you are, and I'll see you on the next one.